His latest album, Better Than Brand New, was released yesterday, and his career is skyrocketing. Give it up for Martin Kerr.
Thank you so much. Happy Canada Day, everybody. It's such a delight to share it with you tonight. This is a real dream come true for me. This first song that I'm going to sing for you is one that I wrote a year ago at a time when I felt like those big dreams I had for myself when I was a teenager were starting to slip away. It's called The Update. Computer wants to update a program. I always click on try again tomorrow, 'cause that's not what I need. The garden wants a weeding, the summer's almost over. I haven't got around to planting the seeds. What have I been waiting for all this time? What am I complaining for? The fault's all mine. I could cross that bridge if someone else would pay the toll. But won't somebody send an update to my soul? My phone, it wants to update the system, but I don't really trust it. It usually ends up slower than before. The politicians never stop campaigning. One day we're gonna bust them. We're capable of so much more. What have I been waiting for all this time? What am I complaining for? The fault's all mine. I'm sitting here just waiting for my youth to come again. I'll stop procrastinating, but don't ask me when. I could cross that bridge if someone else would pay the toll. But won't somebody send an update to my soul? I wanna feel you love me more than ever. I know I don't deserve it. I'm not the man I was back then. Skinnier and brighter and more hopeful. Is that the way you want me? I'm not sure if I can be that again. What have I been waiting for all this time? What am I complaining for? The fault's all mine. I'm sitting here just waiting for my youth to come again. I'll stop procrastinating, but don't ask me when. I could cross that bridge if someone else would pay the toll. But won't somebody send an update to my soul? Should you ever lose your sense of wonder, walk out to the ocean and sing out to the stars on high. And all the generations gone before you will hear you from the heavens. They'd help you if you'd only try. What have we been waiting for all these hours? What are we complaining for? The remedy's ours. We're sitting here just waiting for our youth to come again. We'll stop procrastinating, we can't choose just when. We can cross that bridge, and only we can pay the toll. And only I can make an update to my soul. Only I can make an update to my soul. Thank you so much. So we've just heard some incredible stories about people building their lives in this great country of ours, coming from all over the world. And as you heard, I'm originally from England, if you couldn't tell by the accent. And I came here
for true love. It's a funny story. It's really quite a funny story, which I would like to share with you. I was traveling in China, and I went to a party, and I met this girl who said she was from a city called Edmonton, a place I'd never heard of. Anyway, we had a good chat. We had a lot in common. But that was that. We moved on with our lives, and I kind of forgot about it. Until 2 years later, I got an email, and it said, "Hey, Martin, it's Tara. Remember me, the Canadian girl you met in Beijing?" Anyway, I was thinking about the kind of person I'd like to spend my life with, and I made this chart, and you got the most points. This is all true. So I was very flattered, obviously, a little freaked out, given that we'd only hung out the one time. And I suggested perhaps that we should get to know each other a bit first. So the emails started going back and forth. I was quite intrigued, really, about this woman who says exactly what she means the first time. The emails started getting longer and more poetic. And then I got something in the mail. I opened it up, and it was a CD, a home-burned CD, and it said, "Martin's mixtape from Tara." Has anyone here ever made a mixtape for someone they fancied? I had made many mixtapes in my time. It had never worked for me as a wooing strategy, so it was nice to be on the receiving end. Anyway, so I popped the CD on and had a listen, and there was a lot of very romantic songs on there. A couple of Sarah McLachlan songs, I must add. I won't sing those for you, but she might sing them later. But the one I want to share with you right now, it was the closer, the final song, the most important one. And if you listen carefully to the lyrics, you'll see she quite deliberately left her intentions in no doubt whatsoever. So this is called The Book of Love.
The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the darn thing. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings.
So that was the end of the mixtape. And while I was trying to figure out how to respond, there was a knock at my door. I opened the door, and she said, "Hey, Martin, it's Tara." Now, I had not invited her. She just showed up. And this was quite an achievement, because she was up here going to the U of A, and I was going to university in Virginia at the time. Anyway, she flew down, and she said, "Hey, Martin, I was just on my way to this conference in New York City. I thought perhaps you could drive me there. It's only 8 hours." So we rented a car and we drove to New York. And we got to know each other quite well on that little trip. There was a lot of time for chatting. And we even got through most of the chapters in a book called Marriage Can Be Forever, Preparation Counts, which she had conveniently brought with her. And it turned out that we ticked a lot of each other's boxes, which was nice to know. And anyway, that was that. I got home, and then next time I opened my email, I saw I had one from Air Canada saying, "You have a ticket to YEG." And I thought it'd be a shame to waste it, and I was starting to like her by this time. So I got on the plane and I was listening to this mixtape again. And this very song came on. And in that moment, I had a funny feeling that maybe this was meant to be, that it was all going to work out. And just in case it did, I wrote an extra verse to the song just for Tara, and it goes like this.
The book of love has empty pages where we can write our adventures. In years to come, I'll read them to you while you're cleaning your dentures. And I love you when you're old and gray, and your heart will never get that way.
Yeah. So the happy ending is that I'm still here and she's here tonight. We've been married 12 years. And our 3 young children are at home with the babysitter. Yeah. I would have loved to bring them to see this, but they would be causing havoc. If you've seen the cover of my new album, it's me wearing this exact outfit, sitting in a chair with my children, causing havoc all around me. It's just a snapshot of my daily life. If you want to take one of those home with you, you can go to section 109 during the interval. Actually, one's not a good... They're only $10, so you should take a stack of them. That would be good. This is the title track to the album. It's about keeping love going through all the craziness of family life. Are there any families here today? We got a few in the house. This is called Better Than Brand New.
Somewhere between the dishes and the diaper changing, folding the laundry and making the stew. After the play dates and the parent-teacher evenings, I still remember why I married you. But do you feel like we lost our way? We used to have so much to say. We can't go back, but then I wouldn't want to. We're still on track. Our love is better than brand new. Sometime between gymnastics and the swimming lesson, after the drive-through burger and fries, your hair's all messy and there's ketchup on your sweater, but you still make me fantasize. Do you feel like we lost our way? We used to have so much to say. We can't go back, but then I wouldn't want to. We're still on track. Our love is better than brand new. I miss adventures like we had before, wandering the markets in the south of France. And when we finished sorting out this dance sock drawer, I'd go again with you, given half a chance. Now do you feel like we lost our way? We used to have so much to say. We can't go back, but then I wouldn't want to. We're still on track. Our love is better than brand new.
Thank you so much. So, our kids are growing up fast. The oldest is 7, the middle one's 4, and our little girl, Iona, is turning 2 this month. And they're pretty cute. They do cause some havoc, and some days I wish they would grow up a little faster. But most of the time, I wish they'd just slow down a bit. And I'm sure all the parents in the house can relate to that feeling. This is a song about that feeling, and it's called A Little Longer.
The window's dirty, but I see a magpie nesting in our tree. The little mouths it feeds will fly just weeks from now, and meanwhile I fold away your tiny socks, put threadbare onesies in a box, and I don't want to dry these tears, don't want to wipe away those smears your baby hands have made upon the window. Oh, so here's to little chubby thighs, and staring in your teary eyes, I see you getting stronger, and I don't know if I'm wrong to want you to be little, a little longer. You don't want your teddy bear, you won't miss your bouncy chair, the rubber ducks and counting books. But could I keep the longing looks you gave me every time I left the room? Oh, so here's to little chubby thighs, and staring in your teary eyes, I see you getting stronger, but I don't know if I'm wrong to want you to be little, a little longer. When you've emptied all your drawers, we'll give away the dinosaurs, but we'll be keeping Scrabble scores at weekends. So here's to little chubby thighs, I'm staring in your teary eyes. I can't believe we can't turn back the time. I see you getting stronger, but I don't know if I'm wrong to want you to be little, a little longer.
So I feel so blessed to be able to raise my children in such a safe and beautiful and diverse and prosperous country as Canada. When I lived in China for 3 years, I saw great extremes of wealth and poverty, and I met many families who weren't as lucky. And I actually worked as a preschool teacher at an international school for young children. And it was inside this compound, surrounded by a 10-foot concrete wall. And there were shards of glass cemented into the top of that wall. And I felt so uncomfortable in that situation. On the other side of the wall, there was this wasteland that had been settled by migrant farmers from all the remote regions of China that had come to Beijing to try and eke out a living right on the edge of the city. And in my time off, I would venture outside the wall and try to get to know some of these ordinary salt-of-the-earth folks. And I got to know one family very well. And this song is one that I wrote about them and their story. It's called Mr. Liao. And I want to send it out to him wherever he is. And I'm sorry to say that this story is all true.
I met you in the field outside the compound. You'd let me hold a shovel while you'd weed the ground. I tried to ask you in my broken Chinese, would you teach me something about farming, please? You said you'd come from Sichuan with your wife and son to sell your cabbages for 3 yuan instead of 1. You'd built your house with bricks found at the roadside. It was only 12 feet long by 10 feet wide. Just a plywood bed and table with upturned buckets for chairs, and on the floor a plastic bowl where Mrs. Liao would wash her hair. You'd always ask me in whenever I'd call. Oh, you had nearly nothing, but you gladly gave it all. Oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. The last time I came over, you were down on your luck. Your wife had both her legs smashed by a garbage truck. She was stuck in bed, no money for plaster casts. Even after revolutions, farmers wait till last. I asked about your boy, who started to cry since he'd been locked up for riding a moped without a license, trying to get to market just to sell the veg. Oh, his mama used to do it when she had good legs. Oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. I brought along my teacher friend for you to meet. You sat us down to eat dessert of chicken's feet. And as we crunched the toes and chewed the skin, I thought, this is the kindest place I've ever been. And oh, Mr. Liao, I wonder where you are now. I wonder where you are now. You were 1 in a billion or 2. Oh, now when will the world give a chance to people like you? Good people like you. you all the cash we had to hand and left you living on that tiny strip of land. I wonder if you made it through that winter cold. I fear you didn't, if the truth be told.
So sadly, there are still millions of families living in poverty, and even some in Canada. And I hope in the next 150 years, starting today, we can continue to reach out even harder to those people and help them live the lives they deserve to live. And as we've seen from these stories, incredible people, incredible talents, incredible generosity of spirit comes in all shapes and sizes, in all levels of society and in all countries. And this is a song that I wrote inspired by my travels about all those people that go unnoticed every day, that aren't in the media, but are just as special, if not more so. It's called Undiscovered Geniuses.
This one's for the undiscovered geniuses. Or is it genii I never knew, who write and paint and chisel in their bedrooms, known forever by the last name Who. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. You never had a hit song on the airwaves, never broke out from the local scene. You didn't paste your walls with famous faces, and you preferred the window to the TV screen. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. Beautiful don't jump before the cameras. The wisest ones might hardly ever speak. And every time we're sent a perfect teacher, we miss them 'cause we overlook the meek. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, harmonizing heart and hand, making stained glass from sand. So this one's for the folks who know they're precious, but no more precious than the garbage man. I kiss you on your cheek, not on a poster, 'cause genius wants a lover, not a fan. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, harmonizing heart and hand, making mirrors from sand. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but cover stories can't uncover the true lover.
Thank you so much. So, how do you feel about a bit of audience participation? I heard you guys singing "O Canada," and you sounded pretty good. So I think you can rise to the occasion here. I'm going to sing for you a Canadian classic by one of my heroes, Mr. Bruce Cockburn. Yeah. I have the privilege of sharing a stage with him at the Canmore Folk Festival coming up this summer, which I'm very excited about. And this song that I'm going to sing for you is the one cover that I put on my album because I feel it's a very timely song that the world could use singing a bit more these days. It's called Lovers in a Dangerous Time. So you probably know the chorus. It's super easy. It just goes, lovers in a dangerous time. Can you sing that with me? Lovers in a dangerous time. Yeah, that's going to be great. When that bit comes in, you sing nice and loud. It's dark in here, so don't be shy. Nobody can see who's singing. All right, here we go. Don't the hours grow shorter as the days go by? You never get to stop and open your eyes. 1 minute you're waiting for the sky to fall, the next you're dazzled by the beauty of it all. When your lover's in a dangerous time, lovers in a dangerous time. You sound so beautiful. These fragile bodies of touch and taste, this vibrant skin, this hair like lace, spirits open to the thrust of grace. There's never a breath you can afford to waste when your lover's in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. When your lover's in a dangerous time, sometimes you need to feel as if your love's a crime. But nothing worth having comes without some kind of fight. You got to kick at the darkness till it bleeds daylight. When your lover's in a dangerous time, your lover's in a dangerous time. Your lover's in a dangerous time. In a dangerous time. Lovers in a dangerous time. Thank you. That was so beautiful. Thank you for singing with me. Okay, I think I got time for one more. But I have to ask you something. You may have heard as I was introduced, I started my career singing on the street, actually just a block away from this stadium, down at the farmer's market. And I've been able to raise my family on nothing but music for the last 10 years. Thanks to people like you who support local musicians. And this really is a dream come true for me. But now that this dream has come true, I need a new dream. And my new dream is to have a #1 album. And you know what? Just yesterday, my album came out. It's called Better Than Brand New, and it debuted at #6 on the iTunes chart in Canada. That was a total shock to me, and it's a pretty big deal for a totally independent musician with no label and no publisher or anything like that. And you know what? I know exactly how many people bought my album yesterday, and it's because my friends and fans, a lot of them bought it yesterday when it came out. But today it started to drop down the charts a bit because they've all bought it. But you know, I know how many people bought it, and it was a lot less people than are in this room right now. A lot less. So I want you to do something. Would you like to help me achieve my next dream? If you could do something for me right now, is take out your cell phone. If you have a cell phone on you, take it out and turn on the screen or the flashlight so I can see it. Hold it up nice and high so I can see how many phones we have in this room. Because I need to know if we have enough to get to #1. Okay, that's definitely enough. Okay, so if you've got an iPhone, keep it holding up and put it down if you've got something else. Whoa, there's a lot of iPhones. Okay, so iTunes is going to look good. And if you've got something else, put them back up. Okay, so we've got a few others. Amazing. Okay, so Google Play, maybe I'll only get to #20, but that's okay. Okay, so what I want you to do during this next song, it's a long one, so you've got 5 minutes, is figure out how to download my album on your phone. If you've got an iPhone, you need iTunes Store. It's the little purple icon. So open the purple icon called iTunes Store, search Martin Kerr, that's Kerr, and find my album Better Than Brand New. It's only $10, and it will actually change my life. And if you've got an Android phone, use the Google Play Store, which is the green triangle, and go to the music section, search Martin Kerr. So, okay, you can put your phones down now, because you only get to put them back up and sway them in this song if you've bought the album. This is how it's going to work. So by the end of this song, I will know whether or not I have enough to get to #1 tomorrow. Okay? Let's do this. Are you with me, Edmonton? It's called Better Than Brand New. And my name is Martin Kerr. It's been my absolute delight singing for you today. Let's write another great Canadian success story right now.
Well, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. And she tied you to her kitchen chair, and she broke your throne, and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, baby, I've been here before. You know, I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag on the Marble Arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 There was a time when you let me know what's real and going on below, but now you never show that to me, do you? And remember when I moved in you, and the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
This is only enough to get me back to number 6. Come on, we got one more verse. Let's see what we can do here.
Well, I tried my best, but it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Thank you so much, Edmonton. Happy Canada Day. Enjoy the Queen of Canada, Sarah McLachlan. Thank you for putting me in the charts. I'll come and sign a CD for you over at 109 in just a moment. I love you very much. Hi.
Hey, how great is this guy, right? Right?
Thank you, Kelly.
Wow. 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 You know that we're going to take ownership of you now.
I hope so.
It's forever going to be Edmonton's own Martin Kerr.
This is my home.
Do you see the lights? Come on.
I do. I
How
saw
was
a lot
that
of
for
lights.
you?
That was pretty thrilling.
How did that feel?
I almost didn't get through the song, but
You know what? If you didn't, Randy Boissonneau could have jumped in for you. He was belting out every word of the song. Tell me, what does it feel like to sing at Rogers Place, Canada 150, opening for the one and only Sarah McLachlan, and now you're the one and only Martin Kerr.
Well, it's an unbelievable
Eh?
honor.
Right? How does it feel?
It feels incredible. This was amazing. Thank you so much for being here and making this happen for me. And thank you to Sarah for coming and chatting with me before the show. She's the nicest person in the world, and you're going to love her performance.
I saw that. You posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Those are some good pictures from the dressing room. Buddy, you are insanely talented.
Thank you, Carrie.
That voice. I want to hear you do a duet with Sarah at some point.
Well, let's get
Wouldn't
on
that
that.
be great?
I think we should.
Right? Okay?
I think we should.
Let's do our selfie. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Edmonton's Martin Kerr.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow. We love you. Ladies and gentlemen, is that not amazing? Is he not? How are we enjoying the night?